Hello, it's Phil Morse here at digitaldjtips.com, and I'm at BPM 2013. We've managed to track down the Traktor Kontrol S2 and the Traktor Kontrol S4, the Mark II versions of these units. And I don't want to give you a features overview, I don't want to give you a review or a talk through. I just want to give you a first impression of the build quality and the feel of these new units. And I'm going to look at the Traktor Kontrol S2 out of the two here for a reason, and that is because I believe that with an iPad and with Traktor DJ, this is actually something new. Yeah, it looks the same as the old S2, but actually this is genuinely something new. This is a really nice way of controlling Traktor DJ on an iPad. Let's look at the build quality, because that's the first thing that sticks in your head when you walk up to this. You immediately think, wow, actually it does look better than the original. And the reason is, these platters, now they've already talked about these platters in the press release, they're really nice. This aluminium is really nice. But what they didn't talk about in the press release is the fact that this whole area here now is also metal. It's not that brushed plastic of the original. This is actually a real metal overlay on top. And it feels more like the Z2 or the Z2 mixer than it does the original Traktor Kontrol S2 or S4. That's an improvement. These RGBs in the flesh, they're brighter, they give you more feedback. That is a definite improvement over the original Traktor Kontrol S2. And another improvement, if you look at this glossy section up the middle, the underlay here, these white lines, they're actually underneath this gloss surface. So this is never going to rub off. The crossfader feels looser than the original. These are just my first impressions, having looked at this thing for 2 or 3 minutes and having had a quick play, and it's really to counter some of the comments we had under our original announcement that these things existed. And of course, all we had was press photos and a press release to go on. Having seen them in the flesh, if any of you guys were thinking, have they really upped the build quality? Well, yeah, I would say that they have, and especially with the Kontrol S2. The fact that it works with Traktor DJ on an iPad, hey, that is probably going to be something that becomes more and more relevant as DJing shifts towards the acceptance of iPads over laptops as we go on over the coming months and years. So that's all I wanted to say now. Full reviews are coming up on the website. So there you go, Traktor Kontrol S2 and the S4 here at BPM 2013.